Hey, what the deal is, you already know where you at. You know who you rocking with. This is Alpoology. I am the Alpoologist indeed. Ozone O, a.k.a. Young Goat Head, a.k.a. Lamagra. You already know that, man. You know, you should know that. You feel me? What's good with y'all? How y'all doing? Peace to the 5% nation of gods and earth. Shout out to my beloved Justice Allah. One time for Morgan. Wow. One time for Maurice. Wow. And that's why you see that family tree in the front of your screen. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I know you do. What's good, man? Let's see who in the comments was popping. Let's see who in the comments and what's popping. What's going on? Oh, shit, it was early today. It was, oh, my nigga JT the Barber was early today. He said, welcome to Detroit, man. So y'all already know what happened when you said that to me. It's time for me to say this to you. I'll get to the rest of the comments in a few. Let me pin you. Welcome to Detroit, motherfuckers.
Right. I got you. I love it. Hey, what's going on? What you need from me right now? Do me something like, can you say like, yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with, I'm tapped in with Up for Debate TV. Just something like that. Nothing big. You know? Yeah. Whatever. I'm just asking you what you want me to say. This is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man. Yes, sir. Up for Debate TV. Yes, sir. Oh, that's easy and it's true. Go ahead, let's go. All right, go ahead whenever you're ready. All right. Yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man, Up for Debate TV. All day I fuck with him. Yes, sir. I appreciate you for that one. Yeah. We good? Yes, sir. All day love. All right, Detroit, just hit me.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan. Nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan. He sold me my first gun. He held my first son. If I was with him shooting it out, bitch, we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here. They tattooed and spit that real shit to remember him. Bitch, I'm that dude. Catch a op and spit on his baby daughter. I'm that rule. Right at 3 o'clock as soon as he get out of school. You killed my dude. I don't give a fuck about you. I hope somebody killed you in case I never found you. And yeah, they know I'm bound to, and I put that on move. And when I saw Tawana start crying, shit, I cried too. Cause then I knew it was real, that was your boo. And I ain't fuck with them other niggas, but they cried too. I wore black like a whole 30 days. I slept in niggas' bushes, I fed niggas' caves. Asked Satan for the power and the rage to kill the right nigga. Shot up a couple houses, a couple twice, nigga. Supposed to been at your wedding with you threw some rice, nigga. But now it's snake eyes like I threw some dice, nigga. I lost you. How the fuck I'm supposed to take this shit without a real target? How I'm supposed to take this hit? Now everybody get lit, it's a green light. I sent a couple cowards to you, blood, take they afterlife. God, I hope I killed you, nigga. And if I didn't know it, still do, nigga. Yeah, you took my right hand man, you took my nigga 5. Now everybody had a problem with his homicides. Bitch, I don't care if you did it or not, you gotta die. I know my nigga, he with me, he riding from the sky. Now I'ma let this mag hit you and rip through your bone tissue, bitch. And if you still breathing, no, I'm still coming get you, nigga. And I ain't going, he tryna set me up and he don't think a nigga know it. Animosity show it through his words, how he spoke it. Steady asking where I'm at, he tryna send them hitters smoking. Bitch nigga, I hit niggas for that same motherfucker. When niggas needed a friend, I treated them like a brother. When niggas was on your ass, bitch, I had your back covered. Then the envy kicked in, jealous coward motherfucker. This loyalty over envy, LOE to my death.
That whistle blow at you foul niggas, my pistol to rep. Come get your issue, I'm wild, nigga. I shoot with the left, and I'm squeezing, ain't no retreating. Come get my last breath, or I'm taking yours. It pours when it rains, my nigga. Knew it was fake love, shit just felt strange, my nigga. Now I'm riding until I find him. I'm insane, my nigga. What if you catch his man's first? I bust his brain, my nigga, you heard? Swear to God, I hope I killed you, nigga. And if I didn't know it, still do, nigga. What's good? What's good? Lamagra in the house. Peace to the 5% nation of gods and earth. Shout out to my beloved Justice Allah. Listen, dog, the Cash App gang has been doing their thing, and I appreciate it, you heard? Shout out to my guy, Big Bear Season. You know what I'm saying? I rescued the pity. I rescued the pit. You feel me? Put him on the gram. It's my baby boy. Not the only nigga I trust with my family. He outside going nuts. Bear sent me some dog food money. Like, huh, man, go get you some dog food, man. You got a big heart. Shout out to my nigga Bear. The kids went back to school today. So, you know what I'm saying? I threw my cheering on the gram, bam. That back to school flow, you know what I'm saying? They social media auntie, Miss Martha, Mac, 425, she sent them something. She said, one time for Morgan, one time for Maurice. You already know what it is. And one time for Auntie, we truly, truly appreciate you. One supporter is worth 1,000 subscribers. And you, ma'am, and you, sir, have been supporting since day one. Auntie, the kids are at Urban Air. They elected for Urban Air. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, we don't want ice cream. We want to go to Urban Air and jump off the walls and ride the zip line, go-karts and all that shit. So that's where they at. House is quiet. It's just me and the fucking dog outside barking at everybody. But that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? So what's good with y'all, dog? Shout out to my nigga Juanito Genovese, man. Shout out to Juanito Genovese, man. If you hear them beats, you hear that. That's Juanito, man. Get with my guy, man. He a little bit busy right now, but I'm sure he can squeeze you in on the weekend or something. Get you a fresh beat. You know what I'm saying? Put you together something nice. You heard me? I'm telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth, man. Touch in the building. What's good with you, man? It's Touch here. It's Touch here, big. What's good, B? Harlem 105th, First Ave in the building. Salute. 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 Shout out to the Beat 139. Let me say that early in the broadcast. Shout out to the Beat 139. You know what I'm saying? Those two gentlemen over there have allowed me to share something with you today, and I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to speak about Cavario stigmatizing Pope. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now. I did a light random search of the internet to try to see him promoting this book that he got. If you know, you know. The Beat 139's entire interview is in the description box. All you got to do is go down there. It says the Beat 139 / Cavario interview. Go and click that link, man. Check the interview out. They talking about Don Diva. They talking about Kevin Child. They talking about Alpo. They talking about Glaze. I didn't even get to the Glaze section. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to the Glaze section, but I'll get there. Shout out to the big homie Glaze, man. My kid's godfather. You know what I'm talking about? For real, for real. Salute. And fuck whoever don't like it. You heard? Because I rock like that. I pick a side and I stay there, dog. We ain't always got to get along on that side, but we going to stay on that side. You heard? I know you hear me, dog. All day, every day. Salute, Ozone. What up, though? How you be, homie? Most loyal. It's the go-head. I appreciate you. Blooder. From another mother. What's good with you, homie? There go my relative. You know what it is. When I'm at Eastside all day, every day, homie. LOE. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's loyalty over envy, homie. Because the envy kill everything. You know? I'm from the Eastside, motherfucker. Straight up. So I tell niggas, you know? Bulletproof love to the whole chat, the Mods, the Purple Heart gang, the Cash App gang, and the Umbrella gang, and those in attendance, and the Ghost Watchers. Hit that like button as well. Absolutely, homie. Tell them. What up, though, God? Let me get back to the God real quick. Lawson. No disrespect. Peace, God. How you be? Salute. I'm glad you're in here with me, man. I've been missing you. You know what I'm saying? No LBGTQ. You know what it is with me, homie. You feel me? Lawson say, salute, Big O. Absolutely. Salute to you, Lawson. Lady T. Gang in the building. You know what it is. She says salute. RP, Alpo Martinez, MJ 2 Cup, DJ K Slay, Tupac Shakur, and Stan. Legends never die. They are immortalized. And salute to all who lost loved ones to gun violence and natural causes as well. Moment of silence. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, you already know what it is, man. We miss y'all. Shout out to Slay, man. You know what I'm saying? I saw you brought up DJ K Slay, man. On a side note, real fast. Shout out to DJ K Slay getting the street in Harlem, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to every hater that had something negative to say about him. Shout out to all the fuck niggas that was talking shit after he passed away about what he could have passed away from and what he was and how he was out here as a person and this and that and other. Man, you motherfuckers will never be immortalized in your city. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Slay, man. Shout out to Mama Gracie. You know what I'm saying? She raised some wonderful men. You know what I mean? Let me say that. I can't leave out the twins, man. Shout out to the Twin Towers, man. Harlem legends. Bulletproof Love. Oh, I read that. Did I know? Bulletproof Love from Brownsville Houses, Edgemere Projects, Far Rockaway, and Jamaica Queens. NYC, salute to you and the whole. Salute to you and what's popping, fire. Listen, dog. It's been a lot of conspiracies out here. There's been a lot of conspiracies out here regarding Alpo and whether or not he was still working these YouTube streets. Peace, God. How you be? Salute to you. I ain't gonna leave you out, family. You know how we rock. I'm going all the way to the top. But yeah. It's been conflicting theories. I'm gonna call them theories. You can call them stories. I don't want to call it a conspiracy though. You know what I'm saying? I fucked the broadcast up. I shouldn't have said the C word. But yeah, dig this here. I don't want to call it that. These are theories. Nothing more, nothing less. Yet and still, they're very interesting. You know what I'm saying? I think we should start with Cavario because Cavario is the lead off into one of the biggest NY area busts in a decade. You know what I'm saying? Which happened to be a couple of years ago, the same year Alpo, quote unquote, passed away. Within days, let's say that, within months, within a month, within a day, there was some very tricky, I don't know what I'm gonna call it. There's some tricky shit going on here. How about that? For layman's terms, there's some tricky shit going on. Let me fuck my lungs up with smoke real quick, man. My mind all screwed up. So we're gonna start with Cavario, but just remember, I'm gonna talk to you about Cavario, but Cavario is the lead off into the main story of what we're talking about. How many of y'all believe Alpo is still alive? By poll in the audience. Pause. How many of y'all brothers and sisters out there believe it could be a possibility that he's still out here working? And by working, I mean, you know, he's still out here breathing shit. Because he ain't supposed to be that. Let me see what y'all got to say, man. Say Big O, I never seen dude Cavario in Harlem on any block, but he always has something to say. Yo, Touch. Cavario strikes me as the Nas type nigga. You know, the looking out my project window. Looking out of my project window. Oh, I feel so uninspired. You ever heard that song by Nas and Ryan Isley or whatnot? That shit reminds me of Cavario. Knowing, let's all know that I don't know this nigga. He older than me. You know what I'm saying? He got years. He might have been a teenager when I was born, or close to. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say that right now. Every day. Every motherfucking day, twice on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, nigga. But yeah. Every day. Back to Touch. Touch. Everybody I talk to in regards to Cavario says the same thing, that he's well known. But that's it. You know, certain motherfuckers is known for this. Certain motherfuckers is known for that. Certain motherfuckers did this. They did that. I don't get none of that when I get the feedback on Dog. I get, yeah. I mean, Dog he's well known and he's well versed. That's it. You know what I'm saying? The one cat I spoke to told me he was a house cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a house cat. He grew up in the thick of things, knew a lot of folks here, there, and everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He was good with his mouthpiece. Similar to Poe. Say Poe had a good mouthpiece on him. He could talk his way in or out of a situation. He could talk his way in or out of a crowd or whatnot. They say Cavario was the same way. So I don't know, homie. You know, he's gone, bro. He's too known to be used to work against people. See, that's the thing. That's what we don't know. That's what we don't know, God. Because listen, I'm sure there's people that's just discovering him right now. I'm sure there's people that discovered him when he passed over all the hoorah. I'm sure there's people that discovered him when Hassan Campbell put out the false information that he killed 2 people while he was a government witness. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people still learning who this man is, what he's done, whether or not he's alive. You know what I mean? Bless. Hush. Blessing. Hush. That little nigga going nuts, man. But that was a good answer, my dog. Who else? Who else? Let me see what we got. Who else? Who's that? My guy? Underdog 211. Bro, you don't fuck with your boy Black Alpo like that. Yes, I do, nigga. Why you change your screen name, doggy? And listen, my phone was fucked up. I wasn't getting the messages and shit, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. I know you fuck with me like that. This is my guy Black Alpo, man. One supporter worth 1,000 subscribers, dog. You've been supporting since day one, man. You know you part of gang. Don't act like that. Don't listen, dog. Listen, dog. Don't play with me like that on TV, dog. You know what I'm saying? You know you gang, dog. You know you gang, dog. Salute. Cash App gang in the thing, man. Yeah, you hit me a couple times. I wasn't able to acknowledge you, Black Alpo. My bad, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was either buzzing, too good, drinking that fluid, and smoking them cruets. You know what I'm saying? And into that thing, or, you know, sometimes my mind just, and I don't be paying attention to shit. But yo, I ain't gonna never forget a real one. Don't do me like that on TV, dog. Cavario need to worry about the wrestling match he had with Benzino in the Red Roof Inn. Excuse me. And they said all the straps was on the line. I get it. I don't know if they do. He said all the straps is on. This nigga crazy, dog. Shout out to the God, Parulo Cruz. You know what I'm talking about? We live, eat, sleep, boxing. That's my guy. You know what I'm. He hit me up. He said it's something you got to see, man. You know what I'm saying? He told me it was something I got to see again. You can see the complete interview that we about to take a look at the Beat 139, man. There is a link in the description box. All you got to do is go down there and read where it says the Beat 139/Cavario interview and click that little blue link. And it's gonna take you right to that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them guys, man. They got good content over there, man. I wish more people would watch. And I ain't just saying that shit. They get some of the names that we speak about all the time that been on that show and is going on that show. You feel me? So niggas need to get hip. That's how I feel. Real 100 shit. Well, that salute from Sumner, Tompkins, and Marcy Projects out of Brooklyn. Salute to Brooklyn, man. That's how Detroit A alike. You know what I'm saying? You know. That's the Detroit. That's our twin, yo. Is Brooklyn in the house? Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Nigga talking about you couldn't survive in New York. Nigga, you couldn't be a Harlem. You ain't no Harlem, nigga. You right, nigga. I'd be from Brooklyn. If I was, I ain't gonna even front. I'm not the flashy, over the top type nigga and all that other shit. You know, I'm something else. I'm different. You feel me? I got different genes, man. It's different shit that make up my DNA. You feel me? My posture different. And I fuck with Harlem niggas all the way. It's some tough niggas. There's some mean niggas out of Harlem. Let me say that. I just wouldn't be one of them unless my mother happened to live there or moved there before she had me or something. You feel me? I just know I'd have been from Brooklyn. Not even the Bronx. I don't even want to be from the Bronx because all that Hassan Campbell, African Bambaataa booty bop and shit that went on. I wouldn't want to be from the Bronx, you heard? I run away from home in the Bronx. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, dog. Shout out to Brooklyn. I know you was about to do a live when I sent you this. I know you was going to get in his ass. Oh, pause. Not like that. Not the way I think he would like me to, man, because Cavario kind of zesty, dog. I've always, listen. I've always felt like dog was zesty. And then I seen dog in the Red Roof Inn with Benzino taking showers and shit and whipping his hair like Willow Smith and shit. And I said, oh, yeah. That nigga came out the Red Roof Inn in the fucking rag. That wasn't a towel. That was a rag. It barely covered his chest piece. You know what I'm saying? Then he whipped his hair around like this and put it in a nice little bun for the police. Only thing I can think of is I whip my hair back and forth. Say, oh, on some real shit I never seen dude nowhere in Harlem or on any block. Dude always has something to say though. Yeah, okay, let me go back down. I got to that one. I'm not gonna lie. I sometimes be feeling like Cavario and Choke be sending subliminal shots. At who, God? Sonny Black, what up, though? Keep these coming. Oh, I got you, homie. You feel me? I be having to deviate from the process every now and then to do what I got to do, man, and talk to who I need to talk to. Man, Roof, what's good with you, homie? How you be? Salute, I appreciate you popping on rocking. Is he alive, y'all? Yo, I just watched that Cavario shit. Word. What you got to say about that, dog? Mr. Lee, what you got to say about that, dog? Just let me know. The thing I don't like about Cavario is he was dick riding Poe hard when he was alive while begging for money on Al Prophet, but now he's shitting on him. Absolutely. It's whatever the times call for. Incognito, great comment. Because if you hadn't wrote that, I would have said that. Because I feel the exact same way. Like, goddamn, man, that nigga used to be batting his eyes talking about Poe. Like I talked to Poe the other day. Like, what the fuck, nigga? Stop fucking batting your eyes and winking at niggas and shit and just tell the fucking story, nigga. I talked to Poe the other day. He told me some things. Side-eyeing and shit like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You zesty ass. Use a purse. Listen, unzip yourself up, motherfucker, and act like a man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's a purse, dog. That's all I have to say about him. You feel me? That's the decent word that I'm gonna call him. He's a purse. What you say, Black Alpo say Poe talked about a 5-man crew fans interview. You seen it? Yeah, I saw it, doggy. I even discussed it, man. See, you ain't up to date on my content, so you can't come on here dogging me, blood. And you know what I'm saying? And then you ain't up to date on the content because I spoke about that out loud, dog. But yeah, I seen that, homie. He dropped some other shit the other day I want to talk about the African customs or something. He had an African plug out there. And I ain't heard it yet because I've been on the move and shit. The thing I don't like, oh yeah, I read that. You're absolutely right, though. Great comment. The real Harlem Money, my brother, O Salute family. I was chilling with Cavario last Saturday night. Did you ask that nigga what the fuck is on his mind? The real Harlem Money. You know me, man. I ain't gonna hold him up, man. Listen. Ask Dog can I get an interview? What do you want the interview? How much is he? I ain't never paid for an interview in my life. Ask Dog what he want the interview. You know what I'm saying? I mean, certain individuals, and I'm not saying that he's particularly one of them, but as of late, the statements he's been making, some of these stories are actually statements and they need to be challenged. Let's say that. You know, you're on platforms, you're telling the story, you wowing the people and this and that and the other. They're not really digging into the story, they're digging around it to see, what else happened, or did you get away like that, or did anything come of that? They're not actually asking you if that shit actually happened. Nigga, when did that, what year was that? So you saying he did this and that. See, I'm the type of nigga that digs in. You know what I'm saying? I stick a fork in them because they be done a lot of the time. You know how my interviews go. You know what I'm saying? I saw a video where he was saying he was making serious money and he made it seem like people feared him. Yeah. Oh boy, what you say? Oh boy is a stoop type of guy. Never came off the porch, Big O, and he doesn't talk all that well. Well, he here's my thing with him, since you said that. He's not a very good poker player. He speaks pretty, he's a decent speaker. He uses big words, you know what I'm saying? And he uses them correctly. So that means, you know, he can speak a bit there. That's the way I feel about that, at least, Touch. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side of it, I can tell when he's lying. And I fuck him up in poker. If we played poker, I'd fuck him up because he got tails. You know what I'm saying? If you watch that interview on the Beat 139, when he's talking about Poe, he got tails, man. And you can tell when he's caught off guard by a question that he didn't prepare for coming on the show, and he got to say something like, well, or maybe, you know, man, he got tails, dog. That's the way I feel about it. Now, I could be completely fucking wrong, but 85% communication nonverbal. You know what I mean? If you know, you know, man. Is he right or left-handed? Somebody tell me, dog, and I'll tell you something. Poe was still in the hood. Diva the Boss, Let's Talk TV, what's good? How you be? If you have not, get over to Sis channel, man, and like, share, and subscribe that thing. You know what I mean? She on every day. She got something for everybody. She talk about a little bit of everything. It's not just single down to one subject matter over there. You know what I mean? So you need to get over there and get some of that knowledge, man. Hop to the boulevard, boss. Be a boss or a diva. You know what I'm saying? And jump on the boulevard and holler at Diva the Boss, Let's Talk TV. You heard? Damn, I should have put that in the commercial. That was the fucking commercial, Diva the Boss, Let's Talk TV. That shit. That's commercial. I'm cutting that little piece right there. And when I see you, I'm just gonna play the commercial. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Boop. Get over there. Like, share, subscribe thing. I'm going to the bottom now. Listen. Let's get to this clip. She said, yeah, it was, bro. Yeah, it was. Let's get to this clip. You say he is my brother-in-law. He's my brother-in-law. All I can say is he's the real deal Holyfield. Listen, homie. You know, I'm gonna take you at your word, dog. We here all the time. So if you see him like that, you must see him like that for some reason. I'm gonna leave that at that with me and you. I'm gonna ask you though to please do not take offense to nothing I'm about to say in the broadcast, homie, because I'm about to tear his ass up. Dog is fucking lying. I mean, and then moreover, dog trying to sell a book. I'm gonna say about the third strike in my mind from dog was this nigga's trying to sell a book. Oh yeah, this is Young Gangsters, Old Guns. You know what I'm saying? This is Young Gangsters, Old Guns. Oh yeah, and in this book, there's actually testimony from Poe. On the stand, man. Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You know what I'm, nigga, you was on the phone with Poe a whole lot when he was alive, according to you. You was on El Prophet and Choke No Joke and one or two other channels talking about Alpo when he was out here. You know what I'm saying? And you wasn't talking the not so nice type of talk. You was talking like how you knew the nigga hung with the nigga. Poe was calculated. Poe was cool. Yeah, Poe was in DC doing this and that and the other. You wasn't shitting on him like you allowed that man to do on Vlad TV when you conducted that interview. I don't respect that. That's bullshit, homie. You feel me? Why you didn't keep the same energy you had after Poe? I wish you had the energy you had while Poe was gone when Poe was here, homie. I wonder how that would have worked out for you. You know, I wonder how that would have worked out for you. I wonder if you'd had so many wonderful stories about phone calls that you had with Poe and Poe saying this and that and the other blase split. Because one thing you never fucking said was that you were around him like that. I mean, I bump into a lot of well-known niggas in traffic. That don't fucking mean I know them. That don't fucking mean I hung with them. That don't fucking mean we from the same place even, the same area even, the same 10-block radius. But I bumps into these niggas. Now, this is Detroit. If I told stories like you, my head be over there somewhere, or I'd be shooting it out on every corner I fucking went to, because niggas would be wondering why I'm on TV talking like this about their fucking business. Moreover, why am I yeasting up the story? In order to make myself look like something I'm not. Or look like I got something I don't, which will be firsthand insider information. Now let's take a look at this clip, and I'll get back to these comments.
The dope shit. As you and do you Alpo ever like in like type of competition? He being that both of y'all was down there?
Not at all. Poe wasn't in D1. Poe was in DC.
In DC,
right? And there was no correlation in our movements or whatever. Alpo is exactly the kind. He's like the archetype for the type of character that I was talking about earlier on. A poor, ignorant kid who comes from destitute poverty, who has no primary male figure, right? And who goes out of desperation and a lack of opportunity because he's too young to earn what he recognizes need to be earned in any other manner except for this access that is being provided to him by way of a friend of him who's a little older, which in this book, this is the Don Diva book.
Right.
This is Old Gangsters Young Guns. I wrote
This is the Don Diva book. Peep the last thing he said though. This is the Don Diva book. Shout out to the Beat 139. As I told you before, if you have not seen that interview in its entirety, all you got to do is go down to the description box right now. Fuck it, leave the chat. Go watch that shit and come back. I'll likely still be here and we'll still be having this conversation. Go and watch the fucking interview, man. It's interesting. That's one thing I can't. It's interesting, man. You know what I'm saying? He said some shit in regards to Kevin Childs, and we know Kevin's not gonna respond. Kevin doesn't respond to shit. Don Diva Oz might though. Oz or Fayback might say something about that shit. You know what I'm saying? We know that much, you know, but Kevin ain't gonna say shit. He ain't got shit to say about a nigga talking shit. You know, niggas just trying to make $1 out of 15 cents off his name. You know what I'm saying? I dig this here, man. A poor, ignorant kid who came from poverty, who has no primary male figure, and out of desperation and lack of opportunity, blah, 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 becomes who he was. Man, who the fuck wrote that? What the fuck is we doing? Is this an introduction to a motherfucking DVD or something, nigga? Am I about to watch a movie or something? Is the movie coming on with writing at the beginning of it, nigga? Why the fuck did you give Poe that type of introduction first and foremost, homeboy? And how do you know what type of male role models he had growing up? Because I heard he had a few. You know, I mean, I've heard about a few. I've heard him talk about a few. I've heard the internet talk about a few. I've heard it on a few interviews or whatnot. So for you to say that and then call him an ignorant kid, let me look the definition of ignorance up real quick, man. No, I don't like it. I bet you he wouldn't have called Poe a poor, ignorant kid to his face. Hey, that's something we'll never know. But I must agree with you. Let me see. Yeah, let's look up the definition of ignorant real fast. Ignorant, lacking knowledge or awareness in general, uneducated or unsophisticated. Now, the fact, I mean, people choose their words carefully. So the fact that he chose that word, see, tell me how you really feel, Cavario. Tell me how you really feel, Cavario. Ignorant, huh? Ignorance is defined by lacking knowledge and awareness in general. Man, he'd have been dead in DC if he lacked knowledge and awareness. He'd have been dead. See, the chips got to change somewhere. You know, it's a school nigga and then you got a street nigga. That ain't the same knowledge and awareness. You don't need the same knowledge and awareness you need on the streets as you do in school and vice versa. So that maybe there was shit that you couldn't see, speaking of Cavario in general, that made you not so much of a big street figure like that you claim to be. Because I'm getting whiffs a unique metafraudio off you. And I've been getting it because, you know, I'm the type that ain't never needed nobody to verify me. I ain't never needed to bring a nigga on camera and say, hey, tell him this, tell him wasn't I this, wasn't I that. These niggas know. I don't give a fuck who think what. The real know what it is. And if you don't, we're going to show you what it is. You know what I'm saying? And in the event. So off the rip, that gives me an air of fraudulence. You know what I'm saying? Now, I happen to think Cavario may have become up mincemeat in DC. Flip the script. Put Cavario in Poe's shoes, because he said Poe was in DC when he was supposed to have been in a warehouse full of cocaine in Harlem. So there was a warehouse full of crack. That's what he said, crack. So I don't know which one is it, crack or is it cocaine? First of all, but you know, and the reason I say that is because, you know, cocaine was the thing. Y'all had a warehouse full of keys of crack. Y'all cooked all that. Anyway, I just want to know. He says, after that clip right there, he then goes on to say, this is the book, Old Gangsters and Young Guns. Shameless plug on the beat 139. I mean, as he should. It ain't like I go on they shit and wouldn't mention up for debate TV. You know what I'm saying? But dig this here, man. The way you do things is puzzling to me because I kind of want to read it myself. That's why I said he can speak. He's well spoken. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of made me want to see this shit for myself. And the only way I'll be able to do that is to obtain a copy of what? Young Guns. What do you call it? Old Gangsters, Young Guns. In that same clip, he goes on to say that in the book is testimony from Alpo on the stand in the case of a young homie of mine out of DC. A young kid out of DC called me one day and said, I'm in the feds in Virginia. Can you come up and see me one day? So I got right on it. I went up to see him, is what he says. He gives me this paperwork and he's like, why is this dude in my paperwork? I don't know him. Ain't he like your age? Because supposedly this kid is like 10 or so years younger than Cavario. And he's not supposed to have any type of dealings with Poe. According to Cavario, this kid in Virginia that he knows out of DC or whatever the fuck ever. So he said, he goes on to say in that passage, he read through the paperwork and he saw what he goes on to say in the clip on the beat 101 in the beat 139. He went in that clip and he said that I went in the paperwork and I saw where Alpo testified against Dog November 3rd, 2003. Then he backtracks to the host. I'm not sure if it was Don Vito or the other brother. I don't think it was Don Vito. He backtracks to the other brother. I believe his name's Kareem or something like that. The brother, if I'm mistaken, my bad. You feel me? He backtracked to the other brother though. And he like, see, Poe was locked up in February of 1992. You know what I'm saying? So he going on, the reason I use the word stigmatized in the title is because he's sitting up here and he's going with, it's not even, he going with the general consensus of the niggas that don't like Poe, that he was a working agent from the time he cooperated with them to the time he passed away. That's what I mean by he stigmatizing Poe. Like, what you mean he in another nigga paperwork and you making it seem like he was some nigga just jumping around and getting niggas knocked. because he's saying Dog is supposed to be 10 years younger, first and foremost, never had any dealings with Poe. And then he goes on to tell a story referencing Sammy the Bull, saying that if you go to trial and the prosecution brings in Sammy the Bull, you already know what's going on. You know who Sammy the Bull is, you know his accolades, you know what he did, you know he's told and everything else. So if he comes in to testify on behalf of the prosecution, you cook, because the jury knows who he is and what he's done. So if he's saying he's affiliated with you, you good as cook, right? That's what he's saying, and that's what he said that the prosecution did with Poe. Now, like I said, you're gonna have to go watch the interview to get the rest of what he knows, because at that point, I was fucked up. He's like, Poe had already been in jail for 12 years and this and that and the other. This is the thing, man. He said he wrote the book in 2003, published it in 2005, didn't release it to 2015. Pardon himself. Didn't release it to 2015. Well, that's the year Poe came home. I don't think he promoted that book very well. Not with that sort of information in it. You put that in that book, and we supposed to believe it wasn't a conversation between you and he about the information you printed in that book you published. If he knew about it, of course. If you was man enough to tell him about it, that he is too, because I mean, I hate niggas that straddle the fence. How is this nigga your man's in Virginia so much to where he call you and say, I'm in the feds, come see me, and you hop right to? That's your man. I mean, that's the type of action I would take for a homeboy of mine. You feel me? My dog. I don't like niggas that straddle the fence, man. What was your relationship with Poe about? Was it about the media? Did you make it about the media? Or what not? Because an op is an op, dog. An op is a fucking op, man. Let's use Don Diva, since he's associated with Don Diva. You never seen an interview with Poe and Don Diva? Not to say that Poe would give him one, but still, that was one of the folks that was avid against shining any light on Poe because of their disposition against him. So if you got a homeboy in jail and he's showing you paperwork in a federal institution that says that Poe put him there, come on, man, that's an air cap that I see in that, man. And if don't nobody else, I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything, man. Doggy is looking like a jellyfish. You jellyfishing it, nigga. You feel me? That's the same shit Miss T do. Because they don't want to cross no wires. They might be able to use a nigga here or there for whatever purpose they need to. You know what I'm saying? So in that, oh, he did that. Oh, that's fucked up. This, that, other. Never know what he told the young brother, quote unquote, that's in the penitentiary in Virginia. And like I said, never know, quote unquote, if he spoke to Poe about the young brother that's supposed to be in Virginia. Ask him, hey man, what was you doing at this trial? Did you go to or tell him, hey, I got some paperwork that say you at my man's trial, man. What was that shit about? Because don't you think that would have been buzzworthy news? He'd have been on Al Prophet or something talking about that shit. No? I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it, dog. Let's see what the comments got to say. Salute to Marmot. Basil Chan, what up, though? Don Diva was hypocrites. They talked about Alpo more than anyone, but be the first ones having something to say about others talking about Alpo. And you know, I kind of exposed that a bit because they were covering him. I seen that on their website and what they was covering Poe, just like because they were a media, and you know, under the guise of being a media outlet. I mean, that's what they were, weren't they? So like it or not, we got to accept them covering them. And like it or not, they had to cover them because people wanted to see Poe. You feel me? So, you know, That's one of them catch-22 things right there. I didn't see the end, dog. That's his name, man. What's his name? Doc. Right. Shout out to Doc, man. You know what I mean? At the beat 139. Yeah. No, I didn't get to the end. You feel me? Shout out to the gang. You know, the gang be sending me things. I get clips. I get timestamps. You know what I'm saying? Salute. I don't be able to go through all that shit sometimes. Sometimes I go straight to where the meet and grit set. But I intend to watch the full thing in its entirety because as I said, man, somebody told me that he disglazed in the same video. And I want to know what for. If nothing else, I want to know what for. Like, what was this shit about? Was this shit just a slight? Or was this shit, I don't know. Like I said, I just want to see what he had to say about Amazing Glaze, you know? Cavario is a former woman reporter who worked for Don Diva and ended up ball peddling El Prophet, lying about NYC 1980s and 90s drug stories. It is what it is. It is what it is, you know. I cannot confirm nor deny, but what I can tell you, Lord, is this. That's the general consensus. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not all in the soup, but yeah, that's the general consensus right there, yo. Yes, sir. Big O, I'm late. Nah, you on time, gang. You here? You say, and he called Kevin a woman beater. Mr. B West said he called Kevin Childs a woman beater. Well, that's interesting. Like I said, though, you know, you won't hear a response from Kevin Childs. Not about that. Not unless he do an interview and somebody ask him about it. He won't take to nobody's platform to defend himself or no shit like that. You'll probably have to hear that from Oz or Fabian or one of the other many spokesmen of Don Diva. It's a cat from Detroit too. A Don Diva cat. He a Detroit nigga. I can't think of his name right now though. Can't think of his name, man. Yeah. Lady T, yes, his family was involved, and from what I recall, his sister got life and his mom got 10 years. Cavario is a straight liar about the Supreme Team stories on El Prophet show. Shaking my head. He was never in Queens hustling fire. What you say? Mo Captain 6 ball cap stores combined. Dig that. Dig that. Legendary Big Man, what's good, homie? All the agents and the White family that he visited said that Poe was super intelligent and all the street dudes said he was smart. You're absolutely right. He's the only person I've ever heard. I mean, outside of DC folks, DC niggas be saying some mean, wild shit about Poe. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That shit be wild. But yeah, that they got a reason to, I guess. You feel me? But yeah, outside of that, nah. I ain't never heard nobody say no, he wasn't smart. That's dating back to, like I said, the Mayor Harlem when they were saying he was a kid and he spoke the language. He was a young nigga, he spoke the language. And they used to be in there and he'd tell them what the shit was because they'd be speaking a different language and all that. My problem with Cavario is he likes to create the narrative that he was made for the streets and others aren't. But he was more privileged than everybody. He had both parents, family with reputation. What you say, family? Family with reputation and money. Dig that there. So if he was in the streets, what you saying, Harlem Rider 145th, is if Cavario was in the streets, he chose to be there. Right? That's what that looks like to me. My problem with Cavario is that he likes to create the narrative that he was made for the streets and others aren't. But he was more privileged than everybody. He had both parents, family with reputation and money. So if he wanted to be in the streets. He wanted to be a street nigga. All right, let's get to the other half of this story, dog. That's a great comment too. Peace. Oh, Cavario can speak well, highly intelligent, but he's full of himself, not humble at all. All right, listen, like I said, there's a general consensus that Poe was cooperating. So this is a fishy story. I'm going to take you to, oh, hold on, let's see. I'm going to take you to, what is this? November 2nd, 2021, 2 years ago. November 2nd, 2021. U.S. seizes more than a ton of cocaine in biggest NY area bust in a decade. Now, a lot of people are saying this is what got Poe pulled back in. A lot of people are calling cap on Shaquem Parker being the shooter and having the type of skill set to pull that off in the first place and everything. Along with that, and nobody seeing the body and not having a funeral and all the other theories that are out there in regard to Poe's passing. One of them is that this seizure was the one that got him pulled back in. It says New York, November 2nd, U.S. law enforcement officials seized more than 1 ton of cocaine allegedly shipped to New York City, to the New York area from Puerto Rico. The largest bust of the drug in the region in over a decade, authorities said on Tuesday. The bust come as authorities grapple with 150% increase in cocaine seizures over the past year in the area. Now, people were saying that Poe was back working. Remember, he had baggies on him, all that shit. He was throwing baggies out the window and all that shit when he was on his way to the police station. They said he was hustling hand to hand and everything else out here. This tells you that they had to deal with an 150% increase. You dig what I'm talking about? And I dig this here. Ray Donovan, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration special agent in charge of the New York City division, said cocaine's availability nationwide in 2019 dropped 14% from the prior year and hit its lowest levels in 6 years, and supply remained largely steady throughout 2020, according to March 2021 DEA reports. The seizure signifies a shift in the illegal drug landscape in New York, Donovan said in a statement. The 920 kilogram, roughly 2,028 pounds or something like that, of cocaine seized could have had a street value of between $37 million and $370 million, depending on the retail level, according to the person familiar with the case. In the indictment filed on Monday, federal prosecutors accused 3 men George Guzman, Nelson Minaya, and Carlos Lopez of drug trafficking conspiracy in relation to the drug seizures. Now, if you Google those names, some weird shit's gonna pop up. Try to look those names up. Some weird federal government shit's gonna pop up that's gonna block your view to any type of paperwork that's got anything to do with this shit right here, other than what I'm reading to you at this time. Officials found the cocaine packaged inside a large metal lawn roller in a rental van that Guzman drove from New Jersey, loading the dock to the residence, prosecutors said. Shipping records showed the rollers were sent from Puerto Rico and addressed to an address in the Bronx. Defense attorneys for Guzman and Lopez did not immediately respond to requests for comment. An attorney for Minaya declined for comment. Now, funny thing about this right here, it was reported November 2nd. November 2nd. That would have been a couple days after Poe's passing. It actually happened in September. Around the end of September, if I'm not mistaken. If you do the research and you dig deep enough, the seizure actually took place in September. In between September and goddamn November is what? The month Poe passed away. October. Now, no evidence of him being taken, like I said, except for a crashed truck and the ID that says Abraham Rodriguez, not a mortuary picture taken of him. Not a body found, no body stretched out in the street. Man, you know, in Detroit City, a body likely to be in a car for a minute. Now, it might be not be exposed for everyone to see. They may throw a white sheet over it. They may have a tarp or something until the coroners come. But even if the coroners come, they still got to do their crime scene investigation first before that body is moved. What happened to Poe? Did he get out and run into the police station and collapse? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of missing bits and pieces or whatnot. And like I said, there's a large network of individuals that feel like this seizure, like he was out here actively working. And a comment earlier from my guy Juanito said, no, the feds wouldn't yank him back in because he's too popular. He's too widely known to be working. But shit, that's exactly what he was doing the first time. He was in Connecticut. Lord knows what he was doing down there. For all we know, because he had his own business down there. You know, Poe attracts certain types of people. He probably manipulates certain types of people. So who knows what type of business he did with those he was doing business with when he was in Connecticut. You can find this article. I should have put it. I think this is in Reuters. Reuters.com. All you got to do is look up U.S. seizure, biggest NY area bust in a decade. Look that up. November 2nd, 2023. Dig into that. Chinks Bundle. Salute, man. One supporter is worth 1,000 subscribers. Homie, I saw what you did the other day, but I didn't see it until the replay, dog. You feel me? So never think that a nigga is neglecting his responsibilities as a host, my dog. You feel me? I just was moving too fast the other day. But salute, man. I saw that donation and I appreciate it and respect it, homie. Whole life, you know what it is. I got a team, Lady Ruler. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to bounce ideas off of each other. You know what I'm saying? When you got like-minded individuals, as you know, I like to think 90% of our crowd is and chat is. It's good to bounce things off each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what makes sense, what piece to what puzzle can connect in whose head, and then connect it for everybody. You feel me? But like I said, these are theories. I'm not calling this the gospel according to O or no shit like that. You feel me? But a lot of it makes sense to me. I just can't make sense of it, if that makes sense to y'all. You feel me? I don't know what he said about Glaze. I gotta watch that. In fact, I'll probably do that after this broadcast, man. You know? Pope crashed right in front of the precinct, so I am quite sure he was put in the ambulance fast. Now that's a theory as well. He wasn't at Harlem Hospital though. I mean, he wasn't at Harlem Hospital. And that's not to say that he couldn't have been nowhere else, but why wouldn't he been there? Why wouldn't he not have been there? It was close, wasn't it? Somebody say I'm lying if I'm lying. Wouldn't that have been the closest hospital to take him to? No records of Abraham Rodriguez being there. Alpo Martinez being there. Will Cavario beef with Kevin Childs? He called him a woman beater. I thought Kevin Childs took his girl anyway. Didn't Kevin Childs steal his girl? That nigga Trey Songz, that nigga. Or it's Mr. Steal Your Girl. It's Mr. Steal Your Girl. He took that nigga girl when he was in jail too or some shit. That gotta hurt. When a nigga that can't even give your girl a hug, just snatch her from you. Computer love. He got that computer love Roger Troutman shit going on or something, dog. I don't exactly know how it happened, but that's what I heard it was, you know. Most lawyers say Glaze gonna be on his ass. I hope so, dog. I hope so, man. The gospel according to O got a ring to it. Nah, man, I don't preach. I ain't no motherfucking deacon. Or my nigga ESTG say I ain't no motherfucking deacon. I'm uncomfortable with demons. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, man. Nah, man. You know, but yeah, that's cool. Let me see what else is in here. What did I miss? I'm about to get out of here. If dude was or is a real Harlem nigga, he would be talking real Harlem niggas. Ask my guy, Big Bear. Keeping it tall, Big O. Well, shit, you know. Shout out to Bear Season. He a phone call away. You know what I mean? You know I respect your word, Touch. You know what I mean? So on that note, enough said. You feel me? He ain't locked in. He ain't locked in. Cavario was outside in the 80s, and it's a fact, but his name was nowhere near legendary status, and since some jealousy from him. Jealousy? Who you jealous of? Poe, envious? Cavario daddy was the man or something? Cavario doesn't know that he contradicts himself. He's not naturally a street guy. It's just his circumstance that made him into that. His speech and behavior isn't of the streets. He switches into that, right? But you got to be able. You got to be able to move in any room. I can move into any room and I can speak with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real 100 shit, I can turn it on and I can turn it off when I need to. So it ain't no, everybody done face the judge. Shit, you don't want the judge to stroke you. So nigga, you gonna turn it on in front of the judge unless he piss you off and you don't give a fuck no more. You know, but outside of that, you gonna know when to turn that shit on. Shit. Cavario been lying. He running out of content and got Alpo. Oh man, pubic hairs all in his horse teeth. All in his horse teeth. Word. Pardon yourself. Or the morgue, who knows, Windows alphabet, people are involved. Absolutely. Absolutely. The B139 used Poe clip from Cavario interview on their IG for clickbait. Out of all the clips they could have posted, they chose that one because Poe name bring the views. Okay. Okay, let me look that video up real quick. You know, because I don't usually do this because I agree with you I agree with y'all a lot of the time. A lot of these niggas do be putting his name in the title for views or whatnot. But this is a way that I'm gonna rationalize them doing it because they did have content regarding them, and the content is pretty hot. I mean, you have to admit, I did not know that nigga wrote it. I knew he wrote that book, but I didn't know that he's supposed to have testimony from Poe in it, testifying against a nigga he knew or something like that, some DC paperwork. Now, what I want to know is it Miss T-ish? I need to ask Doc and Don Vito, is it the actual paperwork in there? Or is it like, you know, is it written in? Like, you know, on this day, such and such, such and such. Do I have a seal on it? Nowadays, a nigga got to put a stamp on it, dog. Hold on. Let me cut my mic because I don't want to play that video out loud. Hold on. This nigga out of his shit, dog.
In Manhattan, and you know you're at 111 Center Street, like I was at a point, and they bring Sammy the Bull in. You ain't did no business with Sammy the Bull. They bring Sammy the Bull in and introduce him into your court proceeding, and Sammy the Bull gets up there and starts to talk about who he is. First of all, when people hear Sammy the Bull, they gonna look at you like, what the fuck you got going on? Exactly.
Now you see how he stigmatizing Poe. That's what I mean. He stigmatized Poe. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you bring in him, look at what you know what they're gonna think about him, and you know they're gonna do. Why would you put him against Sammy the Bull? Why would you? I know why he compared him to Sammy the Bull, but anyway, this is what I was getting at with that comment right there on the last note. It says Cavario talks Don Diva. Let me see what they things say. Cavario talks Don Diva magazine, Alpo, Kevin Childs, Brian Glaze Gibbs, Benzino, and Vlad TV. Now, if they posted a clip that said, you know, well, would you want to watch? Out of those people, let's just say that. Out of those people, who you want to hear them talk about? What story you want to hear the most? Do you want to hear him talk about Don Diva magazine the most? You want to hear him talk about Kevin Childs, Brian Glaze Gibbs, Benzino, Vlad TV, or you want to hear him talk about Poe? Of course they know niggas want to hear him talk about Poe. So do the ops. So do the niggas that hate him. They know niggas want to hear him talk about Poe. So they throw Poe up there and throw their shade or whatever they going to do about what they going to do about it. Poe is protected too well, and who they pull out of the truck could have been a decoy. That's another theory. What up, though, homie? How you be? All right, y'all. This is my last comment, and I'm out of here. Cavario is envious of all the, what's that? Legends. You meant legends from the 80s, from Harlem. His name was never called in the same circle, in the same sentence with the legend. So you saying he placing himself there. The only way his name can be called in the same sentence with the legends is if he puts it there himself. We're going to end it on that note, guys. Good show tonight. I appreciate y'all coming out. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Salute to everybody that came out. Salute to the Cash App gang, the moderators, the Purple Heart gang, the gang, the Umbrella gang. Salute to everybody. Peace to the 5% Nations guys of Earth. Piece of shit to all you haters, as I would usually say. Shout out to the B139. Go over there and check that complete interview out, as I will be discussing. There's going to be a part 2 to this, and it's likely going to be on what they had to say about Glaze. That's going to be on my Megalodon Mentality show, though. But I'll get back with y'all in a minute. You heard? Peace to the chat. Salute.
Right. I got you. I love it. Hey, what's going on? What you need from me right now? Do me something like, can you say like, yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with, I'm tapped in with Up for Debate TV. Just something like that. Nothing big. Whatever. I'm just asking you what you want me to say. This is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man. Yes, sir. Up for Debate TV. Yes, sir. Oh, that's easy and it's true. Go ahead, let's go. All right, go ahead whenever you're ready. All right. Yo, this is Alpo, and I'm tapped in with my main man, Up for Debate TV. All day I fuck with him. Yes, sir. I appreciate you for that one. Yeah. We good? Yes, sir. All day love. All right, Detroit, just hit me.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan. Nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan. He sold me my first gun. He held my first son. If I was with him shooting it out, bitch, we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here. They tattooed and spit that real shit to remember him. Bitch, I'm that dude. Catch a op and spit on his baby daughter. I'm that rule. Right at 3 o'clock as soon as he get out of school. You killed my dude. I don't give a fuck about you. I hope somebody killed you in case I never found you. And yeah, they know I'm bound to, and I put that on move. And when I saw Tawana start crying, shit, I cried too. Cause then I knew it was real, that was your boo. And I ain't fuck with them other niggas, but they cried too. I wore black like a whole 30 days. I slept in niggas' bushes, I fed niggas' caves. Asked Satan for the power and the rage to kill the right nigga. Shot up a couple houses, a couple twice, nigga. Supposed to been at your wedding with you threw some rice, nigga. But now it's snake eyes like I threw some dice, nigga. I lost you. How the fuck I'm supposed to take this shit without a real target? How I'm supposed to take this hit? Now everybody get lit, it's a green light. I sent a couple cowards to you, blood, take they afterlife. God, I hope I killed you, nigga. And if I didn't know it, still do, nigga. Yeah, you took my right hand man, you took my nigga 5. Now everybody had a problem with his homicides. Bitch, I don't care if you did it or not, you gotta die. I know my nigga, he with me, he riding from the sky. Now I'ma let this mag hit you and rip through your bone tissue, bitch. And if you still breathing, no, I'm still coming get you, nigga. And I ain't going, he tryna set me up and he don't think a nigga know it. Animosity show it through his words, how he spoke it. Steady asking where I'm at, he tryna send them hitters smoking. Bitch nigga, I hit niggas for that same motherfucker. When niggas needed a friend, I treated them like a brother. When niggas was on your ass, bitch, I had your back covered. Then the envy